Well, then I'd be...
Good evening and welcome to the Middle Creek Coaches Show. This is the Sports Block, live from Ruckus Pizza in Cary. The Mustangs are coming off a 26-14 win over Green Hope this past Friday. Coach, how do you feel about Friday's performance?
Well, we're happy to get a victory. You're up 20-0 in the first quarter. You hopefully want to win by a little more than a margin of 12 points, being 26-14, but we were happy to get a victory.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and jump into those highlights and see how the game unfolded.
Okay, the first one here, we're really bright guys. Before the game, we said the game plan was to win the coin toss, defer, go on defense, go 3 and out, and block the first punt. And here's our first punt we face against them. And Rasheem Eaton comes off the edge, blocks a punt, and recovers his own fumble. And it's good to see that excitement on the sideline. Hopefully Coach Wilkes won't pull a muscle jumping around like that. But
so are we still going for the state record there?
We're still going for the state record. We fell behind a little bit of our pace, but that's our 7th, I believe, on the year. I believe our 3rd touchdown, and we set up 2 other scores. And you see here Rasheem coming off the left side, and you can see even Jay Schuler back here returning the punt. He's getting excited, and that's the way you want to start a football game, is with momentum and putting the team behind the 8 ball. And you see here's a great job of him chasing down his own block. Unfortunately, we thought he should have had 2 more in the game, but that's a big way to start the game for us. The next highlight, this is exciting play right here. We're excited when this happens. Our left guard leads. That's the freshman Bobby, and he makes a great block, and Terry does a good job, and Elijah, after that, he shows he can run. And it's great to see Keon downfield getting a block, trying to help us. We don't want him to clip there, but the amazing thing is when you watch this side, that tight angle, you're going to see the right guard and right tackle doing a great job, and then Bobby is pulling from the left, gets a kick-out block, and then Elijah makes one cut, makes a guy miss, and he's gone. That's great downfield blocking by our receivers as well. We're excited when we make 64-yard touchdown runs and all that kind of good stuff. It's big plays and helps our offense. The third one here, this is going to be King Kiaku with a sack. He keeps coming. You see we get some great pressure. What you don't notice is the guy on top. It'll be easier to see in the tight copy. They're trying to run a double move, a hitch and go to Terrence White. And Terrence does a great job up top on our right side of the screen of collisioning the guy. We'll show a little different coverage here and taking away his first read, which allows our D-line and our outside backer to get good pressure and inevitably come up with a sack. And you'll see collisions them right there. We have great coverage. And as close as you can come to a coverage sack with a DL doing what they're supposed to do. The next play here is Anthony Mitchell. We're excited about Anthony when he plays for us. He has a lot of athletic ability. We have pretty good coverage initially, same concept, and Anthony keeps coming. We get pressure, and he keeps working until we get a sack. It'll be easier to see in the tight copy. He's coming from the right side of the screen. You'll see here, ball snap. They look to the left. We have coverage there. Our linebacker covers well to the right. Anthony keeps coming until the pocket collapses, and we get a sack. Obviously we want to get as many sacks as we can, change field position, and put them behind the chains. The next play here, this is right after half. I believe we had a kickoff that went out of bounds on the 4. We turned the ball over. Defense comes out, and I believe it's the first play or the second play after that change of possession. And Tom Hartshorn here gets underneath the pass, has a great athletic play, and you can see that's a big momentum changer. If they'd have scored there after half, it would have completely deflated what we had done the first half. We didn't come out playing very well the first couple plays, but this is a big play for us. And the exciting thing here is you can see the guys at the end of the play, they start leading up, hopefully, trying to make a big return happen for us. If he can keep his feet and don't have to jump, hopefully we can get that thing at least to midfield, if not possibly a touchdown. We'd like to get one of those this year.
Great. So, Green Hope really showed some signs of life there in the second half, especially made the game pretty interesting. But it was nice to see Middle Creek not give in to that pressure. How do you think the players responded to kind of a team that came out differently in the second half?
Well, I don't know if they came out differently or we just didn't execute and had a couple things go against us. That opening kickoff return, we love having the ball in the second half. It gives us an opportunity to hopefully have the lead and go down and put ourselves ahead 2, 3, or 4 scores, depending on the situation. But, things didn't go our way. And the exciting thing for me is Green Hope made some plays, or we had some penalties, or we had some turnovers. We were able to respond, and that's all you ask for. Football's it's a game where you're not going to win every play. But the most important thing is you say, so what? Next play, let's try to win that one.
In conference play, you're getting tough opponents every week. Can you just speak on, key players being able to, fight those close games and be able to pull them out at the end?
Well, you treat every game the same. Everyone's a win or loss on your record. Obviously, you want to win conference games. That's our goal, obviously, but we don't want to lose any games. So if we go with that mindset when we practice, when we scrimmage, when we go to games, hopefully it carries over to conference games. But our guys play these guys every year, depending on no matter who it is. So they look forward to it and they're excited about it.
Well, can you? Every week it seems like we're seeing a pump block on these highlights. Can you speak on the importance on the momentum shift when these blocks happen, and how important is that for I know we jokingly talk about you guys trying to get that record, but it's kind of becoming a part of your game plan to try to at least get one. How important it is to get that momentum early and capitalize on it.
Well, the skinny, good-looking Ryan is correct. We are trying to break the record. That's not a joke. We preach it every day. And that includes field goals, extra points, all those kind of things too. But right now, I believe we're at 7. We've influenced, I think, 6 other kicks that have been short kicks. Coach Wilkes every day, we talk about it, we preach it, we scheme it. I love when people tell me they're going to fake punts. Okay, if they're doing something different, then we're winning that rep. Right. That's kind of what we want to do. Anytime you block a punt, your odds of winning go up 60%. So, if we can block 1, great. If we can block 2 or 3, that's our goal is to block 2 and score twice every game. That means defensively we have to get stops. That means we have to line up and execute with our punt block team. We call them the pride team. And there's a lot of pride in that. Our guys compete. They battle. In practice, Coach Wilkes and Coach Jacobs give them a good look at the blocking scheme and how they have to beat them. I'm back there just putting the ball there to learn how to block it. But, there's a technique and an art to it. And we actually want to be great at it. And last night, get home, and we're sitting there, and I'm watching some film. I come flying out of the bedroom and go, "Ooh, did you see the Jets just block a punt?" Well, the odds, everybody's talking about inside how the Jets had an upset. Well, they blocked a punt, and what did it do? It changed the odds 60% and them having a chance to win the ball game.
Right. So late in that game, the Middle Creek offense really threw the ball to really kind of close that game out. There was a couple key drives there where Middle Creek and Brant were really efficient throwing the ball there. How do you view that, closing out the game strongly like that?
Well, obviously, we're going to do whatever we have to win the ball game. And I know Coach Bordeaux hates when I go down there and say, "Coach, kill the clock. Get us out of here. Get us on the bus. We want to get out the field." But our mentality.
It is a ruckus. It's a good time. We've got live music 4 or 5 nights a week. And my favorite's the food, though. Our menu is very varied. We have great hamburgers, great pizza, great pasta, great sandwiches, great salads. We're famous for our New York style pizza. It's a huge 24-inch pizza with just right amount of cheese and sauce. And
all right, enough about the big pizza. Seriously, I sometimes still get a little bit long-winded, and this is a perfect fit for taking care of that.
It's great pizza.
Welcome back to the Middle Creek Coaches Show. This is the Sports Block, still here at Ruckus Pizza in Cary. We are now happily joined by linebackers coach Andre Jacobs. Coach, thank you for beatboxing with us during the break and joining us tonight. Can you start off by just telling everyone a little bit about yourself and your coaching philosophy?
I try to coach like I play. I played linebacker at Coastal, and I was an aggressive player. So a lot of these guys, they've been coached by some great coaches in the past. So my job is so easy because I just step in every day, kind of just try to have fun with it. Cause, like Coach Trump was here last year, Coach Dunston, they were here last year, and they pretty much taught the guys the basic fundamentals of how to play linebackers. With me, I'm just a crazy guy jumping around trying to have fun with them.
You got to have a crazy guy.
You got to be.
Yeah. So we've talked a little bit with some other coaches about this defense kind of switching to a 3-4 alignment to kind of cope with the amount of the skill that you guys have at linebackers. And so you focus on the inside linebackers.
Yeah,
right?
That's right. Yeah.
So what kind of things do you focus on with them on a daily basis?
Just the basic fundamentals, footwork, reading your keys, getting your pass drops, helping out your teammates, just doing your job. Just pretty much the basics, man. Like I said, they've been coached by some great coaches in the past, so my job is way easier than what it really is, I get more credit than what I should get.
And can you? We've asked this question in the past, but can you speak on the ability for these linebackers to constantly make plays? Another play on the replay this week. Another linebacker making play on the ball.
Oh, that's just natural, you know. Those guys, I guess they were just born with something. You know, that's just natural. It
You had
ain't
nothing to do with it?
Yeah, I ain't had nothing to do with that. Maybe Coach Trump or Coach Dunster, but me, man, I just, like I said, I don't do nothing with these guys.
So how do you kind of grade their performance so far?
They're doing good. They're getting better. They're improving every week. You know, I grade really tough on the inside guys, you know, because I'm with them most of the time. So, you know, I really take it hard on, you know. I think Brandon, he got a little mad at him and Warren. They didn't do so hot last week, but, you know, they had a good week of practice. They both should grade out this week.
What are the responsibilities for these inside linebackers? I know we spoke to the outside linebackers coach previously. You know, his philosophy is attacking the corners. What do you want to see your linebackers do every play?
For me,
yeah,
I'm basically a stop the run and hit the quarterback type of guy. 'Cause I feel like we stop the run every game. We get the quarterback on the ground as much as possible. We'll win the football game.
Right. And then what's the game plan going into Panther Creek for these linebackers? Is it still the same things you guys are drilling, or are you looking for a little bit of something else?
As Coach Trump would say, we're getting turnovers. We want to get turnovers, but we're going to stop the run and hit the quarterback.
Well, this question might have already answered itself, but what do you think the biggest play so far in this season that's been made by one of these linebackers?
Every week it's a different play from a different linebacker. I really can't say. All these guys, when they go out and make plays, and I really can't say one had a bigger play than the next guy. So, I really just can't say.
Well, how about this? I'll rephrase it. Are you more excited jumping around after a pick six by one of these guys, or hitting the quarterback like you say you want to see them do?
You know, I'm pretty much turned up in the zone at any time, so it really don't even matter what it is.
He jumps around over an average tackle.
It can be an average tackle. I'm jumping, you know.
It is turned up Tuesdays.
Yeah, it's turned up Tuesdays anyway.
Well, Coach, thank you for your time. Guys, once again, you are watching the Middle Creek Coaches Show, broadcasting live from Ruckus Pizza. This is the Sports Block. We'll be right back.
Shout out to my Sid.
It is a ruckus. It's a good time. We've got live music 4 or 5 nights a week. And
You know, my favorite's the food, though. Our menu is very varied. We have great hamburgers, great pizza, great pasta, great sandwiches, great salads. We're famous for our New York style pizza. It's a huge 24-inch pizza with just right amount of cheese and sauce. And
all right,
thin
enough
New York
about
crust.
the big pizza. Seriously, I sometimes still get a little bit long-winded, and this is a perfect fit for taking care of that.
It's great pizza.
Yeah, this show is just quick. Welcome back to the Middle Creek Coaches Show. This is the Sports Block, live from Ruckus Pizza in Cary. We are now joined by wide receiver Troy Diebolt. Troy, thank you for joining us here tonight. If you could just start off by telling us a little bit about yourself and a little both on and off the field.
Yeah, I'm Troy Diebolt, and I'm a senior at Middle Creek. I play receiver here since freshman year, and I play lacrosse as well at Middle Creek.
So how do you balance those two?
Well, football is kind of an all-year thing, so I guess I'm kind of doing that a lot, and then lacrosse season, just play lacrosse.
Do you find that a lot of the skills transfer?
Oh, yeah. A lot of it just has to do with, like, athleticism and, like, just work ethic and things like that.
So when you're on the field for lacrosse, what's the, I know both sports are contact sports, so does one help you in the other?
I think they do. I think they kind of correlate in, like, how you play them and, like, the work ethic you give, and I guess just how you play, they kind of correlates with each other.
Well, can you talk about the importance of this offense that was able to close out a tough conference game from last Friday?
I think we're a pretty powerful offense. We'd be real important. Like, defense was doing a great job, but it's obviously our job to put points on the board, and we just try to do that as much as we can.
How do you think Brant is doing so far, giving you guys the ball and putting you guys in position to make plays?
Oh, I think he's doing real good. He's confident back there, and he's been working the ball around to a bunch of receivers, and just works hard with us after practice, does everything like that, and I think he's been doing great.
So it seems like week after week, there's at least one wide receiver that absolutely crushes a linebacker on a crackback, or a kind of scatter opportunity. But then also on the highlights, you see a lot of you guys blocking downfield. And Coach Castellano talks about how important that is. So what is your view on that as a receiver?
Oh, well, you got to block downfield or your grade's not going to look very good that week. And you just always got to help out your other teammates. And if that's just giving effort, that's something you just got to do every time. And, like, blocking downfield, that's just how bad you want to, like, help your team. And, like, if you're willing to, like, put in the extra effort to help them, because obviously you're not getting the highlight of that play, but you're just trying to help out your team and just trying to put points on the board.
You guys are putting a little extra into the crackbacks, right? After getting hit in practice all week.
Oh, yeah.
Get back the linebackers.
Yeah.
I know, yeah.
Well, I'm asking all the receivers this, just trying to see if I can, get some sort of material out of it. But who's got the best hands out of this group?
Best hands on the group. I think it depends on the day. I think it could. Coach Wilkes more likely. He's got nice hands working with us. It just depends on the day, how we're doing. I'd like to say myself, but we all have those days, and some people play better than some on other days. So,
Fastest wide out. How about the fastest wide out?
Fastest wide out.
That's a little easier.
With Curtis in the boot, I think I got him. So I think I'm the faster than him as of now, but I'd say I probably had to be Keon or Curtis.
Okay. And who do you think you most resemble on the field, or who do you like to try to resemble on the field?
I don't know. It's tough to say. I guess I just resemble someone who works hard. Because honestly, anything you do, if you just work hard at it, I think it'll just be. I think it's work ethic's half of it, and if you just do that, you'll be all right.
All right. Well, thank you for your time, guys. You are watching the Middle Creek Coaches Show, broadcasting live from Ruckus Pizza. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
It is a ruckus. It's a good time. We've got live music 4 or 5 nights a week. And
My favorite's the food, though. Our menu is very varied. We have great hamburgers, great pizza, great pasta, great sandwiches, great salads. We're famous for our New York style pizza. It's a huge 24-inch pizza with just right amount of cheese and sauce. And
all right, enough about the big pizza. Seriously. I sometimes still get a little bit long-winded, and this is a perfect fit for taking care of that.
It's great pizza.
Welcome back to the Middle Creek Coaches Show. This is the Sports Block live from Ruckus Pizza. We are now joined by girls golf coach Mary Ewanich. Did I do okay? Did I do
That was
close
good.
enough? Okay. We'll go with Coach E for the rest of the
All
time.
right.
Is that all right? Okay. So if you could just start off by telling us a little bit about yourself.
I was a collegiate athlete, and I went to school in Southern Miss, and I got a master's in sport coaching education. And then now I'm the CPR teacher and healthful living teacher.
Awesome. So I know the team is going into the conference tournament tomorrow.
Yes.
So if you could just kind of give us a little brief kind of recap of how the season has gone so far, and then a look into the tournament.
This was definitely a building year for us. Last year we lost a lot of seniors that were excellent golfers. So this has been a building year where girls have improved every single match that we've had, and we came in 5th on our home match last week. So.
You just spoke on the team having a lot of changeover, a lot of new faces coming in. How do you build team unity with the new faces, and also with it ultimately being an individual sport?
Right. Most of the girls were on the team last year and the year before, so they did know each other, and they have golfed separately. Mm-hmm. But this was the first time that they've all played in almost every single match, and I think it brought them closer together. I also make them do a lot of cardio and things that they don't want to do, so I think that they can bond over that.
Pin them against you.
That's right.
Then how do you kind of balance the workload for student athletes, make sure that they're not have too big of a workload on the sports side?
I tell them that they are students first, athletes second, and so when they need to make up quizzes or tests, they can stay after school and do that. A couple days we've had study days where they stayed after school with the teacher. It was mandatory, and then we had practice later on in the day. So.
You spoke on the conference tournament. How does that format work? As all teams come together, how do you determine is it an individual winner and a team winner? If you could just speak on how that works.
It's individual and team. Most matches that we play during the week are 9 holes.
Mm-hmm.
This is 18, so it's an all-day event.
Right.
And so whoever the winner is.
So basically, it's just lowest. You just bring all the scores together, and whoever is the lowest as a team wins the conference tournament. Or?
Right. They only score the top 3 girls.
Top 3. Gotcha. All right. Well, Coach, we appreciate you coming on. Once again, guys, you are watching the Middle Creek Coach Show, broadcasting live from Ruckus Pizza. This is the Sports Block. We'll be right back.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, good job.
It is a ruckus. It's a good time. We've got live music 4 or 5 nights a week. And
You know, my favorite's the food, though. Our menu is very varied. We have great hamburgers, great pizza, great pasta, great sandwiches, great salads. We're famous for our New York style pizza. It's a huge 24-inch pizza with just right amount of cheese and sauce. And
all right,
thin
enough
New York
about the
crust.
big pizza. Seriously, I sometimes still get a little bit long-winded, and this is a perfect fit for taking care of that.
It's great pizza.
Welcome back to the Middle Creek Coaches Show. This is the Sports Block live from Ruckus Pizza. We are now joined by the captain of the women's golf team, Maggie McGee. Maggie, thank you for joining us tonight. I know you're very excited.
Oh, yes. Very excited.
If you could just start off by telling us a little bit about yourself, both on and off the course.
Well, this is my 4th year on the golf team, and that's about it. That's the only sport I play at school, and then I'm president of Key Club, but that's about it.
So how and when did you get into golf?
How and when? My sister actually played at her high school, and then both my parents have played, so it kind of just runs in the family.
Right. Well, how do you train to get yourself ready for the matches? Obviously you got to take a few swings and be on the course. But what else do you do?
I have a golf pro that I go to, and then I just play around with my teammates and then my parents, and I have a good support system that will go out and play and just encourage me all the time.
Mm-hmm. We just talked to your coach. She said she even throws a little cardio in there too. So how's that go?
Cardio is fun. It's a good bonding experience for all of us. We work on encouraging words as we run up and down a hill.
Does that help you in your golf game?
Yeah, because we have to be strong all the way through. We can't get tired at the end.
Good. That's a good response. This game's all mental. It's a very mental heavy sport. How do you stay cool under pressure when you have to hit that putt? You have to hit a straight drive.
You just have to put what happened behind you. You can't really focus on the bad shots because they're done, and you just got to focus on what you can do. Get your swing in your head and just go for it. Hit the ball.
So, what are you expecting for this conference tournament coming up? Do you have any expectations for the team, or maybe just yourself? Or?
I'm just ready for the team to go out there, have fun, do their best. Like Coach E said, we're a building team, so I know they got great years coming behind them too, and I just want them to go out, have fun, relax, have a good day.
Do you have a favorite golfer?
Ooh, not really. Rory is pretty cute. I do like him.
Yeah.
Is it because of his golf skills, or?
She said he's pretty cute, so I'd say.
Yeah, it had nothing to do with his game. Does he?
He has good golf skills too, so he's balanced.
Anything in particular you look for when you watch Rory?
Not really, just that he's responsible, doesn't act stupid, the usual.
Do you have a signature golf celebration move?
No,
It would
just
give a
don't
little
throw
tag.
your club when you get mad.
Just
No
don't
breaking
throw your
clubs.
club.
Number 1 rule.
Cool.
Because you got to pay for those clubs.
Yeah, yeah. Those are not school clubs.
No.
Huh?
Well, thank you for your time. You are watching the Middle Creek Coaches Show, broadcasting live from Ruckus Pizza. You're watching the Sports Block. We'll be right back.
It is a ruckus. It's a good time. We've got live music 4 or 5 nights a week. And
My favorite's the food, though. Our menu is very varied. We have great hamburgers, great pizza, great pasta, great sandwiches, great salads. We're famous for our New York style pizza. It's a huge 24-inch pizza with just right amount of cheese and sauce. And
all right,
thin New
enough
York
about the
crust.
big pizza. Seriously, I sometimes still get a little bit long-winded, and this is a perfect fit for taking care of that.
It's great pizza.
Welcome back to the Middle Creek Coaches Show. This is the Sports Block live from Ruckus Pizza in Cary. We are now joined once again by Coach Castellano for our final segment of the night. Coach, it's on to Panther Creek this Friday. We're hitting the road again. Panther Creek is 5-1. They've won 5 in a row, having lost their first game. They're 2-0 in the conference, coming off a 38-7 win over Cary. On paper, this seems like a really big game. Is that how you guys approach it, or?
Yeah, it's a conference game, as we talked about earlier. They're a good football team. Some reason, and I don't know why, whenever we play Panther Creek, since I've gotten here, it seems like everybody gets excited. I don't know the correlation there, but
because
all of a sudden,
creek
that or maybe there's a guy that coaches there that coached here. I don't know, but Coach Crocker,
maybe a little, yeah.
They've got some good guys over there on coaching staff we know well, and they've done a really good job this year. It's funny. I've had all kinds of people walking in. Hey, you're playing Panther Creek this week. I know. I see the schedule, but we're excited about the opportunity to play them. We get a chance to play a really good football team. One, you said 5-1, so by definition, they're ahead of us in conference standing right now, and their tailback is a heck of a football player. They got a lot of good ones. That tailback's a really, really good football player.
Well, if you could you just scout this team for us real quick? I know you spoke about the run game.
Well, defensively, they're aggressive. They have a couple good players up front. Their linebackers do a good job of getting pressure to secondary. They're obviously going to try to be physical and run some different coverages at you, and they run some different kind of blitz schemes as well that you don't usually see. On offense, they're going to try to run the ball, and then they're going to try to get the ball vertical and run some screen game. If you want to kind of see what they look like, if you watch us play, it's very similar. Right. Same head coach, obviously, used to be here, so the systems are very similar, but they're trying to focus at running back this year and getting the ball as much as they can.
On the offensive side of the ball, you said that they throw a lot of different coverages and a lot of different blitz packages at you. With the tumultuous nature of your offensive line, how you think they're going to step up and handle that?
I think they'll handle it well. Green Hope's a really, really good coach football team. Had a great plan and has some good guys up front. And ROL, from senior through freshman, they played fairly well and got better from the week before, and that's all you could ask for. I think our guys, they're well coached. I think they play hard, and I think they'll do well. Anything
in particular that that we'll see on Friday?
Well, I think you'll see two teams play really hard and be competitive. I think it's becoming a friendly rivalry because obviously Millbrook's coach is over back there, and he kind of freaked me out. I think we have a spy in the house, and our middle school coach brought him over. Yeah, he's got his hat on backwards trying to hide.
Yeah, we know you're back there.
But there's a Millbrook guy back there. But sorry about that. But anyways, it's a friendly rivalry. I mean, in our history, they beat us 2 years ago in the school's history, and at that point forward, it's kind of become a rivalry now with obviously a lot of friends between the two staffs, and obviously our players know their players, and we have a lady that works at the school, does a great job, Miss Sullivan. Her husband's a defensive coordinator over there, so there's a lot of friendly rivalries. You'll see two teams, I think, compete hopefully as hard as they possibly can.
Right. Well, before we let you get out of here, do you have an update on the Teacher of the Week? I know we spoke a little bit about it during the break.
Well, we haven't announced this week's yet, but last week we had Mr. Ginsberg, and he was a fun guy. He coached in his previous years down in Florida, and he was a guy that he came by, hey, Coach, I don't know if you know this, but they're running this. Mm-hmm. And I said, I'm pretty aware of it. And he was trying to tell us, in the second quarter what was going on with their offense, and in the fourth quarter, hey, Coach, I think we need to do this. If we can block one more punt. And I said, well, we're trying to block them. So he did come by. We gave him a game ball afterwards, and he said it meant a ton to him, and he really appreciated it. And he came back in, a true coach. He came back in on Monday morning and said, Coach, I thought all weekend, when you handed me that game ball, I should have said this, and it was 10 minutes long for my post-game summary to the team. We got to play better D-line, and we got to do this. But he's a great guy, and he's a lot of fun to be around. And I think it's exciting for our kids to see and learn about different teachers outside the classroom, to realize, what they do, what they bring to the school, and also to our program as well.
Right.
And I do want to correct one thing. Coach Jacobs said earlier he gets a lot of credit and doesn't deserve it. We can't figure out who's giving him credit. So we were over there, and Coach Trump and I were looking around going, who's giving this guy credit? So I did want to correct that statement.
Whoever's giving him credit, just tweet us.
Yeah, we want to know who that is.
Yeah.
So.
Well, Coach, good luck on Friday, and we'll see you next week. Guys, you were watching the Middle Creek Coaches Show, broadcasting live from Ruckus Pizza, brought to you by the Sports Block. We'll see you next week.
All right. Appreciate you guys all being here today. The weather.